Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy98 here. Welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Today we are here with my F1 2013 career mode here for round number 18, which is the USA Grand Prix. And hopefully we can continue our great run of form. And we are closing in on the World Drivers' Championship, so we need to just keep on pushing now in this season. But as you can see then, we have got a 40-point lead over Lewis Hamilton at the top of the Drivers' Championship. And we've got a 50-point lead over Fernando Alonso in the Drivers' Championship, meaning that if we can beat Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso at all today, or even finish a little bit behind them, in fact, we're going to be world champions. So it's pretty much guaranteed in this Grand Prix. So yeah, that's where we go from there. But we're going to decline the offer from Sauber to be part of their team because I don't like him. So yeah, without further ado then, let's get into qualifying for the start of the USA Grand Prix. I think for the first time ever, I've actually had a decent qualifying session in this game. I know, guys, you're probably going to be thinking the same thing. Decent qualifying in F1 2013. Ha! Funny. But I'm in P7 on the grid. In terms of mixing it with Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, and even Lotus for that matter, we're in there. I'd normally be down like P12, something like that. And I kind of only really messed up in two corners, maybe, to really get into there. But P7 on the grid, I'm happy with myself, okay? We know how much I suck at qualifying in Formula 1, in F1 2013 for that matter. And then I always go ahead and win, even though I'm like really far down the order. It just provides more action. Well, when I say action, I mean just overtaking in the first corner and overtaking everyone in the first corner for that matter. So it's kind of that, but you know, at the same time, it's still overtaking. So what are you going to say to it? But we're starting 7th on the grid ahead of the two McLarens. So that's good to see. Obviously, as we know, F1 2013 was the beginning of the downfall of McLaren, and they've never got back since because they need to sack their managers. Alright then, so on the grid then you can see Fernando there in pole position ahead of, I think it's Vettel, yeah, Sebastian Vettel, and then Lewis Hamilton, and then myself down in P7 on the grid. I would have preferred to have been P8 or P6, just so I can get the right-hand side, the left-hand side of the circuit for the inside lines of turn 1, because I'm aiming to lead by the end of the first corner. Big targets, I know. Not a bad start, actually. When I said aiming to lead into the first corner, I didn't quite do any of that. Alonso's got a bit wide into here. Okay, I had a bit more braking power than a bit later on the brakes than Fernando. I wasn't expecting to make that move. That's fine, Fernando. I'll just use the rest of my curves. Have fun dealing with that. There we go. Up to the lead of the Grand Prix. Told you, it's going to happen. Now I'm just going to hold on to my lead, and I'm also going to protect my tyres a little bit because in the last few races, I haven't been that good at protecting my soft tyres. So the softer of the compounds, or the option compounded tyres, whatever you want to say. I don't really know. So, that's these tyres that I'm running now. When I go onto the prime tyres, I seem to make them last, and then on the final lap, they sort of just like catapult and just like disintegrate. Whereas, obviously, and that means because I'm pitting early to do so, and there's teams like doing 2 laps more, so they've got much fresher tyres. So I want to try and do that now, try and get back into the ways that I was when I started at Ferrari. Because when I was at like Belgium and when I was at Italy, tyres were fine, Singapore as well. Singapore was a crazy race, actually. But we were just able to manage them, that was the thing. So I'm going to try and do that now, just be very calm on them. So good in this Grand Prix, been a faultless race so far. Tyres doing very well in this Grand Prix. I'm not pushing as well, I'm really just managing at the moment. I think that's what I just haven't been doing that properly in the past few races, just not managing it well. Oops, that's a bit corner cutty. Alright, so this is our pit lap then. You can see tyres are in obviously have gone off a little bit now, but at this stage, normally, like, I'd be in the pits already because my tyres would have gone off the cliff. but that's not the case this time. This time around, I've got so much better control over the car. That was a little bit risky through there, so I've had to stop talking then to make sure that I made the corner. This section is just fantastic to drive on this game. There we go, just flying it through there. Love it! Loving the feel of the car as well. It just feels amazing to drive. There's nothing going wrong at the moment. Obviously, Fernando's also... He's embroiled in a battle with Nico Rosberg, and that's sort of putting him off at the moment. As for me, I just know I'm doing everything right in this Grand Prix. It's been a while since I've actually done that. I'm using the curves in the correct places. I'm looking after the tyres. I'm not burning the rear tyres out. That's what I've been doing, just messing up the rear tyres. And I'm taking care in the corners, not being crazy, waiting to straighten up the car and then give it the beans. Otherwise, you sort of rev out the tyres a little bit. And if you still power down whilst turning, you start to lose rear grip. And that's where it's all been going wrong. And today, we're having none of those problems. And it just feels so good to just drive a race cleanly. Of course, we've got a long way to go yet. Not even a half distance, so I'm not going to, you know, start going on about it now. What I've noticed is Rosberg's just overtaken Fernando Alonso for P2, which is a little bit frustrating. But I'm coming into the pits anyway. I hope I might get held up by Rosberg. I think I might actually. I think he's just in prime position to hold me up in the pits, which isn't what I want, to be honest. Actually, he's not. He's just got in front, so I'm not going to get held by Rosberg, which is good. Fernando Alonso is going to get undercut probably by even Vettel, I think, who's in the pits now. Hamilton's going to lose out as well because he came out of the pits. I've got to be careful here because it's sort of weird how this exit works. I'm going to try and rejoin in front of these two cars. It's Grosjean and Mark Webber. We've done just that in front of the pair of them now. So we've got Sergio Perez to pass and then no one else. I'll have Perez down the inside, I think. Yeah, very simple move. I can even take a normal line through here. Alright, so on the last lap, my lap time was a 1 minute 41.9. Vettel just went into the fastest lap of the race so far. Rosberg matched him, so bit of a wake-up call. I've lost half a second, so on this lap now I am pushing very hard. Basically to tell them that, you know, you can set fastest laps, but then I'll just respond instantly, so yeah. There we go, 141 flat. That'll put them out of the way. I said that I was going to back off of my pace, and I feel like I am, but I'm still going 0.04 of a second slower than my fastest lap. And I don't feel like I'm pushing as hard. I'm just getting everything right. This car is just absolutely phenomenal. Checking on the tyre life as well. In fairness, I'm being a little bit more aggressive with my tyres this stint around, but just how the car is planting right now is just... Okay, that corner I broke a little bit early. But overall, like, the car is just planting to everything that I do. You can see my 0.4 to half a second a lap always comes in that first sector. And Vettel and Rosberg are fighting, and they are costing each other time, because that gap's down up to 7 seconds, and it was nowhere near that before. I'm kind of hoping this race finishes early as well, because I'm actually recording this. I've stated about this before. Basically, I've had lots of issues with the Elgato software. If you don't know what Elgato is, basically it's the software that I use to make my videos. So I have an Elgato HD60 capture card, which I obviously use to make my videos, and you have the Elgato software to obviously record and edit your videos. I obviously, in terms of editing, it's like, you know, cutting out bits. You can't add effects, or that's in like other editing softwares, but you can sort of cut bits of the video out like I am now, where I just don't talk. That type of thing. And unfortunately, I've had so many problems with the new update that they brought out that I actually had to go ahead and delete that update. And in doing so, it meant that I lost 6 main channel videos and also 11 second channel videos. So at the moment, as things stand, as recording this video, I only have my, what's it called? I've only got this video, if it actually works, and I've got 1 second channel video. So I'm definitely going to be uploading a lot less at the moment, and I did put this in a community post. Obviously, some of you guys may or may not have seen it, and so if you watch this video, obviously a lot more people watch the video. Maybe you've seen it in the community post, but you just haven't, like, you don't need to thumbs up the community post, or you just haven't, you know, liked the community post or commented after it. anything like that, which is perfectly fine. There's no need. It's just a community post. It's just there to inform you. But yeah, I'm in that dilemma at the moment where I literally have no videos, and obviously as I'm still committed to full-time work, it's sort of like I have myself ahead of schedule just to be, you know, good and safe for a little bit, and now I've lost it. And annoyingly now we're getting to a condition where at the moment, in terms of the UK temperature, I think it's like 26 degrees today, and I'll tell you one thing, it's hot in my room, in my office. It's a pain. It's one of these things where if we're in the winter, this office will be the coldest room in the house, and I'm just here absolutely freezing with like a dressing gown on. I've got my duvet wrapped around me, I've got a heater on, and I still feel cold. Whereas when it comes to the summer then, and it's you know, it's hot like it is today, this room then transforms into the hottest room in the house. And of course I've got my Xbox on, I've got my PC running as well, I've got loads of hot systems, I've got lots of systems on which are blowing out hot air, and it just doesn't help, to be honest. And I'm absolutely sweating in places I didn't think I could sweat, basically. So I'm kind of hoping this race ends. We're on to the final lap of the Grand Prix. Vettel, Rosberg and Alonso are now having a battle for P2, and Hamilton's probably going to join that party very, very soon. But this is going to be the World Championship for myself, and it's been an absolutely faultless drive. Tyres have been absolutely phenomenal. I've been measuring the car, looking after the car brilliantly, being careful on the throttle, making sure that I get all the apexes right, and just having a great and fun time. That's what I've missed in these past few episodes. I think I won in like Japan or something. The tyres still went off, but I've just been enjoying myself now in this Grand Prix. Finally found that fun back into F1 2013. Not that it's not fun in the first place. I don't understand why people hate the game so much. I hate the game because of the tyre wear, yes, but overall the game's a really fun game and I really enjoy it. But yeah, I've just been having great fun with it, and yeah, it's been amazing to finish this off in style. Up to the 7th gear. I haven't even been using my curves again. Just sort of backed off a little bit now. Just bringing the car home. Tyres aren't even being... I'm not even being told for warnings for tyres. That's the thing. And I've still got grip out of the low-speed corners to actually do something. So, that's the main thing. I've got grip. Like, I've still got something left in the bag. And unfortunately, you can see the 4 of them up by there fighting for position. I think Rosberg is going to hold on. But obviously, as we come around the second to last corner then, I'm just going to cut that because no one cares. That's pretty much what I do. Put the car into neutral for no reason. And there it is then, guys. That is the victory here at the USA Grand Prix. That is also going to be the World Drivers' Championship wrapped up for myself. Fernando Alonso fails to capitalise, and Lewis Hamilton also couldn't capitalise. And we are the world champions on F1 2013. You can see that we won by 7.1 seconds. Obviously, I just messed around at the start-finish line, but you can see that the Vettel was... Rosberg was definitely actually the slowest one, which is interesting. He was all over the back of Fernando at the start of the race, but in that middle stint, not even anywhere close to the pace, but he gets the podium. Nonetheless, so it's myself from Rosberg, Vettel, Alonso, Hamilton, Raikkonen, Webber, Perez, Grosjean and Gutierrez rounding out the top 10 there. And Daniel Ricciardo the only one to DNF, which is a little bit of a shame there. And as you can see from the Drivers' Championship... Oh, Jeff was saying I was world champion. I just wasn't listening. Sorry, Jeff. But yeah, we are now 55 points clear with 1 round to go. So technically we could back off. But if we go to the Constructors' Championship, there's just 7 points in it between Ferrari and Mercedes. So the Brazilian Grand Prix, it may be a chillax race because we've won the championship. But the Constructors' Championship is still well up for grabs in the fight between myself and Mercedes-Benz. So I'm going to make sure that we try and wrap that up in the Brazilian Grand Prix. But overall... really, really awesome drive. Probably the best race so far this season. It's just been flawless. I've just had so much fun just driving the car and just enjoying myself. And as you can see there, coming out of the car. Celebrate, there we are. Top step of the podium. And he looks a little bit over-enthusiastic. I mean, I just won the World Championship. I don't even know why I'm questioning my enthusiasm. I don't think I should question it. I think I should just shut up. So there it is then. So Fox wins the World Drivers' Championship after a stunning season. I've claimed the World Formula 1 World Drivers' Championship in Austin. My race engineer Andy Knight has commented, "It's been a fantastic season for us, and to win the Drivers' Championship before the last race is an amazing achievement." Bada bing, bada boom, and that is going to be it there. And then obviously if we get a contract, obviously it's just going to be the renew the contract one. So I'm not really I'll just go wait to the end of the season before I even do anything. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well. And I will see you guys next time for the finale, which will be the Brazilian Grand Prix next week. So I'll see you then. Take care all. Peace.